On March 11th, Love Stanislaus County hosted their annual Every Child Matters event. Today, the foster care system is plagued by people who take in children for their own predatory reasons and income. There have even been reports of people taking in pregnant youth in hopes of keeping their baby. This panel promoted the need for the right kinds of resource parents.
Usually only get ideas of foster care from maybe movies or things we see online, and I think it's important to really talk to the youth who have gone through this experience and really get their insight on what they think needs to be changed directly from the source.
One resource parent and former foster youth shared their honest success story.
As a resource parent, we are tasked with taking care of kids, vulnerable children in our community who were removed from their birth parents and entered foster care. Being a resource parent has changed my life. It has provided me with a family. That's the way that our family was built, was through foster care, because we did adopt 4 children. My husband and I, we had tried to have kids it was almost 10 years. And we just were not successful. We decided to maybe foster children just to provide an open and safe home for kids. Back in 2017, we found out about a youth who was in foster care who was pregnant and needed a home to be able to welcome their child, and that was Anicia.
In my very first foster home, I became very attached very quickly, and doing that I put too much trust in them, and I thought that love meant things that it didn't, and I allowed their adult son that lived with them to persuade me that he was in love with me, and I ended up losing my virginity to him and became so depressed and mentally ill that I started contemplating suicide. I was smoking weed, I was smoking spice, I was drinking and not coming home when I should have been and going places I shouldn't have been. So those are some dangers that many people are going through, and sometimes they're not even being persuaded, they're just being taken. And things like that happen all of the time. And when we finally say, okay, we weren't lying, this was happening, we're not believed. When you don't pay attention to a child's signs and cries for help, or you see them and you ignore them because that's what's easier, you're just adding to the trauma. We want to believe that the foster care system is made to keep children safe, but at the same time, they're not checking enough. There's not enough systems put in place to know that these children are safe, and there's not enough people who genuinely care about kids. Maggie was amazing from the beginning. She never pushed a single thing on me. The moment she took me into her home, she treated me as if she gave birth to me. We need more people who are as selfless and caring for children as she is.
When she first moved in with us, she was very guarded. It was really hard to break through to kind of show her that we were committed to her. You know, I did my best to kind of just make her feel comfortable and to help her make decisions while she was here living with us. We've really grown a lot to love each other, and we loved her at the time too, because we told her when she came to live with us that we were really welcoming her into our family. We didn't want her to just come here, live with us, and leave, and that we would never see her again. We really wanted her to know that she'd always have a place here in our house to be able to come live part of our family. And so it's evolved into just something that I'm so thankful for, that she will call and ask me for advice sometimes, or I'll text her on holidays. I want to see her. I want to know how she's doing.
Every foster kid needs one supportive person who knows that they are not the bad choices they make, they're the person underneath all of that. Being a good foster parent doesn't always mean that you and the child will be forever. It just means that you made a difference in their life in the best way possible. That support makes the difference.
Leader is someone who's like, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up.
Reporting for JNN, this has been Krisanna Maciel and Jenna Shama.